Look who decided to come to dinner!
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Wait, no, I haven't. This is my goddamn motherfucker.
Happy Halloween, motherfuckers.
Happy Halloween!
Oh, man. We got a very special Halloween episode for y'all today. We are going to do something out of the norm. And we are going to cover a crazy fucking serial killer. By the name of
Killer.
By the name of Dennis Rader. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Right. Yeah, Rader.
Rader? Yeah, without the I.
Yeah.
Dennis Lynn Rader. Should we jump right into it?
First off, I think we should start on energies today. How you feeling today? How you feeling on this beautiful Thursday afternoon?
All right.
That's good to hear.
Everything's good. Oh.
Hope everybody out there in the world doing good while you watching this podcast, regardless if it's morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you at. We try to reach out to everybody that we can. If you haven't tuned in yet, please tune in to Say You Want to Talk on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I'm just giving it a little for them tonight.
No, we don't run through that shit no more.
I'm a little energized. Don't worry about it, people.
Oh yeah, right off the fresh cut.
Fresh bodies. If y'all
right.
can see the heads, y'all.
I want to jump right into this.
Right, let's jump right into it.
Okay. Dennis Lynn Rader, born March 9th, 1945. He is the American serial killer known as BTK. Bind, torture, and kill. The Strangler. Or BTK the Strangler or BTK the Killer. Your ringer off, right? Okay, so. Come on now, what are you doing? You just on your phone, nigga, in the middle
I was
of the
about to go live as we was talking about it. Go ahead.
Okay. So between 1974 and 1991, that's how long his killing streak went. Ryder killed 10 people in Wichita and Park City, Kansas, and sent taunting letters to the police and the newspaper describing in details of his crime. That motherfucker was trying to get caught, wasn't he?
No, if you realize most serial killers do send information in to the police just to taunt them.
Yeah.
It's not to get caught. It's just adrenaline. Yeah, it's the adrenaline. Like, oh, you almost had me, but you didn't get the right person.
Right. So after a decade-long hiatus, Ryder resumed sending letters in 2004. Didn't get arrested till 2005.
The next year after he sent the letter?
Yeah. Because now technology is different.
You should have waited.
Technology is different. He should have just shut the fuck up.
This nigga that sent the letter in 2004 and got caught in year 2000. I said 2004. Don't mind me, people. Year 2004 and got caught in year 2005. Nigga, you should have stayed anonymous.
And he subsequently pleaded guilty.
Nah, you supposed to go. This ain't no first 48 where you the friend and you the witness this shit. You the person that did it.
Yeah.
I would at least gave you a run for your money and not just came out with it and was like, yeah, I'm guilty. No, nigga, I'm innocent. Until y'all can find all these bodies that y'all saying I done did.
He shouldn't have sent the shit. So now he is serving 10 consecutive life sentences.
That's a long damn time, nigga. You ain't getting out.
No, that's literally 100 years because they doing it consecutively. So after you do 10 years, then your next 10 years start. He got 10 of them bitches.
That's bullshit.
They gave that nigga 100 years.
That's bullshit. Like,
you see his mugshot, y'all gonna get a chance to see it.
But how do
y'all see the mugshot?
With with murderers, whoever the fuck you is, when in your head do you be like,
well,
this is a career that I want to get.
We're about to get to his life and his background.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, what in your mind that you be like, yeah, I just want to randomly go kill motherfuckers.
Okay, so listen. He was one of 4 sons.
One of 4 sons.
I'm not gonna put his brothers' names out there. Birthplace was Columbus, Kansas.
He was born in Kansas?
Or Pittsburgh.
What?
Kansas.
Yeah, say Pittsburgh. I'm like, I'm reading Pittsburgh.
They put or. But he grew up in Wichita. Both parents worked long hours, paid little attention to their children at the home. Rader later described feeling ignored by his mother in particular and resenting her for it. Resented for it. Yeah, he resented her for it. From a young age, Rader, he fantasized about sadistic sexual fantasies, about torturing, trapping homeless women. He also exhibited zoodyism by torturing and killing and hanging small animals. Rader acted out his sexual fetishes for the void of his autoerotic asphyxiations. Asphyxiations. And cross-dressed.
Most serial killers do cross-dress. Or it start off in they teens, like we said, with killing animals. Like it's things that show us where it's gonna begin.
So
and
check it out.
A lot of times it do starts with
he
animals.
often spied on his female neighbors while dressed in women's clothing, including women's underwear that he had stolen, and masturbated with ropes and binding around his arms and neck.
He bound himself?
Yes.
You gotta have some type of choreography to do that.
Years later, during his cool-off period, between murders, he'd take pictures of himself wearing women's clothing and a female mask while bound. He later admitted that he was pretending to be his victims and as part of a sexual fantasy. And he was widely regarded in his community as normal, polite, and well-mannered.
Most of them is. Mm-hmm. Most of them you never know. They just in this bitch kidnapping motherfuckers and killing them.
In high school, he received mediocre grades, dropped out after 1 year. He served in the Air Force from 1966 to 1970. Upon discharge, he moved to Park City, a suburb of Wichita, Kansas, where he worked in the meat department of a supermarket.
Low key.
Got married in 1971. Had 2 children. He attended community college, earning his associate's degree in electronics in 1973. Then enrolled in Wichita State University and graduated in 1979 with a bachelor's of science.
So he was a normal motherfucker.
And majoring in administration of justice. Excuse me.
That's a long thing to get into.
And he was running all that shit and killing people like a crazy motherfucker.
The next day, he just like, I'm normal for the morning. Then in the afternoon, I'm just about to mollywop as many people as I can. Mm-hmm. That's a crazy motherfucker for real.
He initially worked as an ambassador for the Coleman Company, an outdoor supply company. He worked in Wichita, office based at ADT Security Service. We was just talking about ADT the other day. From 1974 to 1988.
Knowing your house. He might be targeting them motherfuckers.
Because he's the one doing the security.
Yeah, so he might be targeting these old motherfuckers because that's easy access to the fucking...
Like I just said, he installed security alarms as part of his job. Many cases, the homeowners was concerned about the BTK killings. They concerned about the motherfucker that's hooking your shit up. Man. So, We're going to skip to 91 because they did. He became a dog catcher and a compliance officer in Park City. In a position the neighbors recall him as being sometimes overzealous and extremely strict, as he taken special pleasure in bullying and harassing single women. One neighbor complained to Rader about killing her dog for no reason. That nigga, he was grown, still killing dogs. We ain't gonna get to how deep he got in the church. We ain't gonna get to that. We ain't gonna talk about how deep he was in the church.
Because obviously that church didn't matter.
Yeah, we about to get to the meat and potatoes. We about to get to the murders. On January 15th, 1974, 4 members of the
Orturo family was
murdered
in Wichita,
Kansas. You want to read it?
I'll read some of it. The victims were Joseph, age 39, Julie, age 33, Joseph Jr., age 9, and Josephine, 11 years old. Their bodies was discovered by the family, three older children who had been at school at the time of the killing. After his 2005 arrest, Rader confessed to the killing of the Ostries family. Rader wrote a letter that had been stashed inside an engineering book in the Wichita Public Library in Wichita Public Library in October 1974, which described in detail the killing of the Orteo family in January of that year.
Hold on, let me pause. So, this nigga killed this whole family and then hid it in the book in the fucking library.
That's in public people that can go get it.
Man, he hid his killings in the fucking library. This nigga's crazy.
This nigga was clever, because who the fuck is gonna go in the library and, like, if they see it, if I grab the book that he wrote the killings in, I'm not gonna think nothing of it. I'll be like,
gonna think, oh, this nigga is a good ass fucking writer.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Between the spring of 1974 and the winter of 1977, Rader killed 3 more women. Kathy, I'm not gonna say their last name. Catherine, April 4th, 1974. Susie. Shirley. I said Susie. Shirley, March 17th, 1977. And Nancy, December 8th, 1977. Damn, he killed 2 people within that same year. In early 1978, he sent another letter to television. Kanky in Wichita, claiming responsibility for the murders of the Otro. We're just gonna call them the O family, okay? Bright Vivian.
That's their last names.
Railford and Fox. He suggested many possible names for himself, including the name that stuck, BTK. He demanded media attention. The second letter and was
finally announced
that Wichita did indeed have a serial killer at large. A poem was enclosed titled, "Oh, Death to Nancy." Oh, this nigga, he got some balls. He got some balls for real. A parody of the lyrics to the American folk song, "Oh, Death." I don't know what that is. People look it up. In the letter, he claimed to be driven to kill by Factor X, which is characterized as a supernatural element that also motivate Jack the Ripper in the Sons of Sam and the Hillside Strangler murders. Okay. He also intended to kill others, such as Anna, who in 1979, age 63, escaped death by returning home much later than expected. Lucky you, lady.
Yeah.
Ryder explained during his confession that he became obsessed with Williams and was obviously livid when she evaded him. He spent hours waiting at her home, but become impatient and left when she didn't return home from visiting friends. So this nigga is sitting outside your house, chilling, waiting on you to get home. And this bitch just decided not to show up in the nick of time.
Because she was hanging with her
Because
girls.
she was hanging with her friends. If you would have left any earlier than the time that you was hanging with your friends, you would have been dead today.
For real.
And then, I know they put this in the paper. So back then, to read your name in the piece of paper like that, saying that, oh, she was the next motherfucker to kill, nigga, I know that sent cold chills down her spine.
Yeah, to escape death.
To escape death.
So that means they didn't put it in the papers then because she escaped it. She didn't know it was happening until he confessed about it.
That's what I'm saying. So to read about it later on that you was one of his victims.
If she was still alive.
Yeah. That you was one of his victims and you just missed it by the nick of time.
Or
I would be freaked the fuck out.
Just for him to mention that and talk about that and you like her grandchild.
Yeah.
And you grown now, you like, oh shit.
My grandma could have died way before she died.
Yeah, like I could have not existed.
Right.
If she wasn't hanging with her girls, probably getting drunk and shit.
Right, or drunk. she couldn't make it home. So she like, just give me a couple hours, let me chill out and then we can get home. And just by doing that, the nigga got bored and was like, this bitch ain't showing up.
Got mad and left.
I'm about to just leave. I'm gonna come back tomorrow.
So Marie, age 53, was found May 5th, 1985 at 3rd Street North between North Webb Road and North Greenwich. Yeah, he got her.
He got her. He
killed her on April 27th. Took her dead body to his church. Where
what the fuck are you taking bodies to churches for?
We didn't talk.
To feel redemption? To feel like...
I skipped over how deep he was in the church.
Oh, well, listen, yeah.
It took her dead body to his church, where he was the president of the church council. There, he photographed her body in various different bondage positions. He previously stored black plastic sheets and other materials in the church for preparations for the murder, and then later dumped the body in a remote ditch that he called his planned Project Cookie. Project fucking Cookie. That sounds like Empire. In 1988, after the murders of the 3 members of the Feiger family in Wichita, this nigga just caught 3 more bodies in a sentence. The letter was received from someone claiming to be the BTK killer, in which the author of the letter denied being
I don't know where you at.
I just paused for a minute. I'm going to cut that part out. The perpetrator of the Feiger murders. The author credited the killer for having done... You good. For doing amazing work and not proven until 2005. In the letter, in fact, written by Rader, he is not considered by the police to have committed this crime. 2 women he stalked in the 1980s, one he stalked in the mid-90s, filed restraining orders against him. One of them charged their address to void him. His final victim, Dolores, was found on February 1st, 1991. Nigga, you was almost a month on.
Yeah, a month.
He killed her January 19th. He killed her a week after you hit the lane.
Shit.
So now we're gonna move on to the cold case. By 2004, the investigation of the BTK killer was considered a cold case. Then, the initial serial of 11 communications of the local media. This actively led directly to his February 2005 arrest. In March 2004, the Wichita Eagle received a letter from someone using the name Bill Thomas Kilman. The author of the letter claimed that he had murdered Vicky on September 16, 1986, and enclosed photographs of the crime scene and a photocopy of her driver's license, which has been stolen at the time of the crime. Before this, it had been definitely established that Vicky was killed by the BTK killer. DNA collected under Vicky's fingernails provided the police with previous unknown evidence, and they began DNA testing hundreds of men in the effort to find the serial killer. Altogether, over 1,300 DNA samples was taken and later destroyed by court order. That's crazy. That motherfucker was slick. He was getting off. He was getting the fuck off. In May 2004, a television station in Wichita received a letter with the chapter heading of the BTK story. Fake IDs and word puzzles on June 9th as a package found taped to the stop sign on the corner of the First Kansas Road in Wichita. First corner of Kansas Road in Wichita. It had a graphic description of the O family, murders and sketches labeled "The Sexual Thrill Is My Bill." This nigga's writing bars, nigga. He enclosed in the chapter a list of proposed book titles, The BTK Story, which mimicked the story written in 1999 by Court TV crime writer David. Hold on, let me scroll down. Chapter 1 is entitled A Serial Killer is Born. In July, a package dropped in a return of the slot in the public library containing more bizarre materials, including the claim that he was responsible for the death of 19-year-old Jake Allen in Kansas.
But it mostly seemed like he killed women, not.
He killed Jake this time, and this nigga been running through Kansas. This nigga got bodies.
Kansas is his ground of
Yeah, it was. This nigga was like, I'm not jumping state, none of that shit.
Nah. You done hear your killing in the library.
He said,
I doubt that this nigga was like, I'm about to change states.
This nigga said, I was born here, I killed here, I'm gonna die here.
Shit. He took all three swords.
Earlier that month, he claimed this claim was false, and the death was ruled a suicide. After his capture, he admitted in his interrogation that he had been planning to kill again, and he was set for the date of October 2004. So did he do it? Because they ain't catch him till 05.
If he was planning, yeah, that nigga did. He just tried to confuse their ass. Oh, I didn't kill this person.
Wait. We're going to keep going. We ain't going to jump to conclusions. He was already stalking his intended victim in October 2004. And a manila envelope was dropped into the UPS box in Wichita that had many cards and images of terror and bondage of children pasted to him, and a poem threatening the life of the lead investigator, Lieutenant Ken. I ain't gonna say his last name either. We keeping these last names off the record, folks. And in a false autobiography with many details of his life, these details was later released to the public in December 2004. Wichita police received another package from the BTK killer. This time the package was found in Wichita's Murdoch Park. It was the driver's license of Nancy, which was noted as stolen from the crime scene, as well as a dial that symbolized the bond of her hands and feet, and had a plastic bag tied over its head. This nigga like, look, is this what this bitch looked like when y'all found her? Tell me this ain't what she looked like. I know what I left over there. This nigga is wildin'. In January 2005.
Like, That's some eerie shit. Like, for you to be that cocky with it. Most serial killers that get away.
The nigga been doing this shit 30 years.
Most serial killers that get away, their motive is to get caught. It's just to send you on a goose chase before you catch them.
Oh,
they're gonna do as much shit as he can, and he's like laughing at the police. Like
that's exactly
he's
what
like,
he was
this
doing.
the motivation. Y'all not catching me, nigga. Y'all don't got no fingerprints, no blood, no nothing.
Mm-hmm. And then
if he would have never confessed, the trial probably went on longer because then they would have had to convince everybody that he did it.
You got to dig up these old cold cases that didn't have no evidence
try to match it to him. So he probably would have got off because half of that shit, if he would have never confessed, they would never knew. You can't say he did this crime. But the technology is if you don't. But I'm saying back then they didn't have that many.
Back then they didn't
really have shit. Okay, yeah, they did the fingerprint shit and all that shit.
They probably could have opened. They could have opened them old books, but with the new technology. Could have sealed his ass in.
So many. He did this for years, like years on years on years, and it's in the same state. It didn't go nowhere. He never left.
Nigga, this shit sounded like about 30 years, about 3 decades. Yeah. This nigga been getting down.
And when he probably finally got captured, he probably thought it was funny. Like, nigga, y'all just now catching me. I done gave y'all plenty of opportunity to catch me.
We're going to get to the capture.
And you didn't.
We're going to get to the capture.
Nigga, I'm done now. Mm-hmm. I just told you my last murder was for 2004.
Yeah.
And I probably murdered that motherfucker, but I'm not going to tell you that I murdered that motherfucker.
No, he didn't. They said he was stalking. He was in the process of stalking. But at the same time, it's like, nigga, and you old now? You better be stalking an old motherfucker because...
Girl, young motherfucker whoop your ass.
Hey, that nigga got on your ass.
23-year-old.
Hey, this ain't...
And you think
this ain't 30 years ago. Niggas ain't just bowing down.
No.
Nigga, this old folk.
Been really whopped.
This is... Hey.
And he like in his 50s by now.
This is the year.
So run up on a black nigga.
This is the year of crunk music. You know what I mean?
Somebody riding down the street listening to Lil Jon and this nigga trying to knock him off. He like, nigga, you got the right motherfucker. Matter of fact, when he walk up to the door of the car, the gun gonna already be right at the thing.
But at the same time, he picking and choosing his victims.
His victims have to be slow.
Not necessarily slow because you never know who's stalking you.
Not slow, but like... True.
He picking and choosing. So,
but they got to be weak in some area for him to feel that he can take them.
And that's the point. That's the
you got to feel like this person is
that's
weak
the whole point of
for
him
you to
stalking.
be able to take them. I got to know your schedule. I got to know. That's why when old girl was like, oh, da 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 da, you know, because I was like, bitch, so you watch my house? That's the first thing that came in my head. Like, bitch, you watch my house? Like, that's fucking weird. Even if I watch your house, I'm not gonna tell you I'm watching your house. That's weird as fuck. Man. You know, like, but being stalked, I can see how most people wouldn't catch on to that. Because, you know, if a car following you, well, if I see the same car following me, I'm wondering what the fuck is going on. But if you just out and about and you walking and you not really paying attention to people behind you, you just think they walking
or too. At the same time, if he's parking at the same house every single day, you're going to think like, oh, this person just lives here. This is their car, just sitting on the street. Yeah. So you're going to go about your thing not knowing it's a motherfucker looking in their rearview mirror watching your shit. Because they didn't adjust their mirror where they seeing you go in the house. And then once you in the house,
they look at all that.
Once you in the house, you can go and get out the car, watch your windows, all of that shit.
And a lot of these predators don't wait until the dark neither. Some of them do the shit in broad daylight.
They do the shit.
But I feel like that's more cocky though. I'm not about to stalk somebody in the daytime. I'll stalk you better at night.
No, because even during the day, you're not aware of this going on. You're not aware of this going on. And then on top of that, if the same car is parked at the same house every single day, you're not thinking nothing of it. You just see the car, boom. You're not even checking out the license plate. You just like, oh, it might even be, oh, damn, they got a new car down there. You go in your house. Then, if he noticed that at 3 p.m., the block is silent, there's nobody out, nothing like that. Okay, boom, I can strike the back door right now, get in there, ain't nobody gonna find the body until tomorrow or until the day after. That's broad daylight.
Yeah. But I would think you'll be more like hesitant in the daytime versus the night.
No, you're gonna do it when the opportunity presents itself and when all your chips is in the basket.
And they always take a trophy. Regardless if it's the panties, the bra, the jewelry, a ring. It's always a trophy that they take.
Well, we got to read on to find out exactly what his trophy is. Because right now it seems like it's...
rope.
Right now, no. Right now it seems like it's women's clothing. Because like it said previously, you know, he been masturbating in women's underwear and all of that other shit.
Yeah.
So in 2005, he attempted to leave a cereal box in the bed of a pickup truck at Home Depot in Wichita, and the box was discarded by the truck's owner and was later revealed from the trash.
Removed from the trash.
Revived. It was later revived from the trash, and Rader asked what had become of his message later. Surveillance tape showed in the parking lot that it was revealed to a distant figure driving a black Grand Cherokee, leaving the box in the pickup truck in February 2005. More postcards was sent to the television station, and another cereal box left in a rural location that was found in the certain container of another bound dial. You know, another one of them dials he had fucking tied up and shit. In this letter, the police asked him if his writing, and put a floppy disk that could trace or not. The police answered the questions with the newspaper and posted in Wichita Eagle saying it would be a safe disk to use. February 16, 2005, he sent a purple 1.44 megabyte Memorax floppy disk. Nigga, that's how you know the nigga was old. This nigga still sending floppy disks to the affiliates at the news station, at the KSAS TV in Wichita. Also include a letter of a gold-colored necklace. See, that's one of his trophies.
There's always something like
a gold-colored necklace with a large medallion and a photocopy cover of Rules of Prey, a 1989 novel about a serial killer. The police found the metadata embellished in a deleted Microsoft Word document that, unknown to Rader, still stored on a floppy disk. See?
This nigga has stuff still stored on a floppy disk?
What it was he didn't know it was there. He made a mistake. He slipped up. That's one of his slip-ups. The metadata contained the words Christ Lutheran Church, and the document was marked last filed by Dennis. The internet
was about to target a church?
No, remember he was the president of that church.
He about to target a church, nigga?
The internet search determined that Dennis was the president of the church council.
How you gonna be the president of a church and mark motherfuckers?
Earlier, I didn't mention his brother's names. And he was the president of that church earlier. Now his brother is the president of that church. But
how is you a president of the church? That's like higher
than... The church council.
That's high.
The church council. The church council.
But you're still in church and you marking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's not godly. That don't go together. You can't go to... Well, yes, you can, but I'm just saying, like, you going to church and acting holy in Jesus' name. We pray that you get better today, and we gonna hope that the church remain the church. And when you leave the church, nigga, at 6:30, you killed your first victim, and then tomorrow you going back to the church.
Yeah, that was
then
all
you a fucking teacher that's teaching people or whatever the fuck you're doing, and you just what for one. Why his parents didn't think something was wrong when he was killing animals? Because I'm pretty sure it started at home, and the parents, I'm pretty sure, because most people that kill animals, they bring the animal back home?
They said the parents was always gone at work. And he wasn't bringing them home. He was hanging them and shit, probably in the woods.
Yeah, but if he started
So
with
they
trophies, he had to start off with the animals.
But-
he probably didn't bring them inside the home.
No, listen.
But he probably brought them near the house.
Hanging them animals from them trees, those his trophies, because he can always go back out to where he hung it at and look at it.
True.
That was part of his whole trophy. And his parents was always working, and like they said, they neglected him. And he resented them for it, so they didn't know. They wasn't paying him no attention.
Yeah.
That nigga was just off his fucking rocker. But what I want to know is,
but I can't say every person that had to kill the animal is a psycho person. So.
Listen, what I want to know is, which side of the family did this DNA come from?
Yeah, it might have been both.
It could have, because one of his parents is a crazy motherfucker.
But they probably don't know that crazy extent of killing something.
No, but
they just be like, this nigga crazy. So just deal with him the way you need to deal with him because he's crazy.
It could be. But at the same
they
time,
could have had the gene, but his gene could have been stronger.
What it could have been is
with mental illness.
They was throwed off in a whole nother type of what's name. But his shit, he took that throwed off and he put it over here.
That's what I'm saying. Like his mental, they all can have mental illnesses that pass down to their kids. Mm-hmm. But some people's shit is more severe. They might not.
And then,
so this, just because the daddy was bipolar and flip out on people, this nigga bipolar could be killing people.
But look, that's what I'm saying. And then this is the other part. So it could have been his parents. It was that skipped generation. And his grandparents or his great-grandparents
had it, and it skipped them and went to him.
Exactly. Yes. Because in those early years...
But how much is you working not to notice your kid?
And then in those early years... You know they was racist than a motherfucker.
Yeah, this is a white family right here.
In Kansas.
So how much work was the parents doing for you not to notice your child? Where the fuck is you working where you don't notice your kid at all? Where is you working?
That's what I'm saying. With that,
I need to know.
No, with that's an easy explanation. Because the dad could go work for about 12 to 15 hours, right?
Yeah.
When he get off work, he's out like a light. Boom. He ain't worried about them kids. Them kids is old enough. They can maneuver around by themselves. Boom. And it's 4 of them. Mm-hmm. Somebody's taking care of the other. Boom. So he's out like a light. He good and sleep. When his dad come home, mom, boom, she going to work. Mm-hmm. By the time mom get off work, they probably only get like a few hours together. And then dad is boom. He up and at him. He back off on the road. He off to work. Mm-hmm. That's how they probably felt ignored because their parents was working their ass off, and these motherfuckers probably was caked up, double caked up on a Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Kansas is a nice little area. Depending.
Well, I don't know what they said. I don't know what they said.
But Kansas is.
But at the same time, their parents could have been working their ass off just to stay middle class and just be able to provide for their kids.
Yeah.
Somewhere to sleep.
Yeah,
lights on, food, clothes, education, shit like that. Because he went to 3 different colleges.
How do you feel like your kid did all this shit? He was a scientist here. He
got his bachelor's, got his associates, science,
and then you find out later on your son killed 35 people.
And then this,
you gonna be like, where the fuck did this come in at?
So peep this. So
what happened? What I do?
With his degrees, it's all part of teaching him ways to disembowel these people and to get rid of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, using Scientology.
Yeah, science shit teach you a lot. They teach you about that acid shit, all that shit. How to re-evolve them and make them come back.
And he also studied the justice system.
I follow that shit on Facebook. How they do that shit.
And he also learned the justice system because he had classes for that.
Yeah.
So now he
covered every area that he needed to cover to become a murderer.
Yeah.
Basically.
And like we just covered, it was certain slip ups. Mm-hmm. Like because he's still using floppy disk. Technology has left him.
Yes, sir. He old school. Okay.
He old
He was
school.
an old school killer.
So he didn't think
he
that they would
wasn't
be
no
able to pull,
modern fucking killer.
he didn't think they would be able to pull up some old file on a floppy disk type shit
I wouldn't
because
think so either.
he
It's a fucking floppy
he
disk.
forgot the
He still got
motherfucker
a
was
floppy
on there.
disk thing.
He forgot the motherfucker was on there. So look, let's get back into it.
Sorry, people. I just
No.
it just shocked me that he got all this shit, and then like most people that have all that, you would think like, oh, this is a good person. This person is, I don't know what the fuck that is. People,
That's a
but don't
motorcycle.
worry about it. But it's like psychologically when you just think about it, like, damn, we did all this and got him there, and then
But that was also part of his cover up, which they covered.
Like
They covered
you
it.
gotta have a mental problem if you killing people. Like
But look,
there's no way
they
around
cover
it.
all of that, saying that to the public he was a great dude, he was polite,
But
well
that's
mannered, and
scary.
all of that.
That's scary as fuck. Because you could be my coworker and you could be talking to me every day and then plotting to kill me and I don't even know, but I'm thinking you a
Or,
cool dude.
not even that.
And that we
Not
cool.
even that. Y'all at work, right? Y'all at work.
That's
and
freaky.
Look, y'all at work. This your man's. Y'all kicking.
We
boom.
cool.
Y'all
That's
cool.
like TJ and
listen,
me.
No, listen. Y'all talking shit, right?
You a killer?
And then you go, man, I knew I left my Chinese food in the fucking lunchroom. Man, I bet you such and such took it. You going off a hunch. You don't know if they really took it or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, they like, hey, such and such was scheduled to work today.
Damn.
Why the fuck they ain't here? This nigga like, so you gonna eat my nigga Chinese food? Bitch, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass. Nah, this bitch
That's not what I meant though.
So now this
That's not what I
bitch
wanted
they got
you to do.
found with some motherfucking orange chicken, nigga,
Went to her throat.
toothpick through the side of her jaw, chewing down on it with a forehead
No,
that
it
say,
just don't make sense at the crime scene.
with
I
a
don't know what she
forehead
was
note
doing with
that
chicken.
say, "Don't touch my lunch." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
It's
you would be
just
like,
strange.
you not gonna think, shit, man, my man's I was just talking to just killed this motherfucker. You gonna think, I don't know what this motherfucker do when they get off work.
I'll be like, damn, she dead for real. Like, what happened? Like, you found chicken on her. What you mean you found chicken on her? Who put chicken on her?
And you know what'd be fucked up? If the same chicken that was found on her was the same shit that she ate out of your lunch. Like, damn. That's coincidence.
I knew I had orange chicken. That bitch had orange chicken too.
And now the
That
police,
she could have had no
and now the
orange
police
chicken,
dragging your ass downtown because they like, nigga, you the one that was just complaining about some orange chicken getting there. And you like, nigga.
Shit. I ain't do shit, nigga.
I'm accounting for it.
Nothing. I stayed in the building all day. Look at the cameras.
I'm accounting for it.
Nigga, but that gotta be scary because as a parent, I would think like, where did I go wrong with you? What part did I miss with you growing up that you were a fucking serial killer? Because if I see this nigga in jail, that's my first question. What did I do as a parent for you to get to this stage of your life?
You didn't do nothing. Life happened.
What happened? We
Life.
didn't have that conversation.
Life happened.
You never called and said, "Mommy, I'm feeling this type of way, so this is what need to
Hell
happen,"
no.
or some shit. I don't know. But for you to be a serial killer, nigga, that would fuck up my whole mind if
So look,
my child was that.
Let's get back on topic.
It is on topic. I'm saying.
No, I'm saying not on topic, but let's get back to his story.
Fuck me up. Like,
I still got a lot more story to cover.
damn. Sorry, people.
We ventured off, but that happens.
That's fucked up.
That happens. So look,
He got like
when
60.
investigators drove by his house, the black Jeep Cherokee from the Home Depot surveillance footage was parked outside.
He was ready. What's up? How
And
y'all doing?
this was strong. This was strong evidence against him.
He probably
But-
was already digging it out with that type of
But
car.
but they needed more direct evidence to detain him. So the police obtained a warrant to test a pap smear taken from his daughter.
What? They using the daughter now? You can do that? Well, she shared the same DNA.
And they got the warrant.
She do share.
And-
You know what a pap smear is.
Yeah, but
that's fucked up that they
listen,
went that way to do it.
This is where she was at when they did it. She was at Kansas State University Medical Clinic.
So she grown getting the pap smear and they trying to get the DNA from her daddy?
And the DNA test showed.
How you do that? You just
Listen.
gonna walk up to the bitch and be like, "We gotta do
No,
a pap smear"?
they got a warrant. So they called ahead to the clinic when she went for her doctor's appointment. And all they did was just take the
what the doctor did and tested it. Yeah.
The test showed a familiar match.
Familiar means it's
between the pap smear and the samples from Vicky's fingernails. It's crazy how just looking at her last name, I remembered her first. From her fingernails, that indicated the killer was closely related to the daughter, and combined with the evidence was enough for the arrest. Now we're gonna get to the arrest, which is short. It's short. He was arrested while driving near his home in Park City shortly after noon. Yeah, shortly after noon, not in the afternoon, but after 12 on February 25th, 2005. Do you remember where you was at February 25th, 2005? Okay.
Still in lockup.
Yep. So
still in lockup at that time.
The officer asked him, "Do you know why we're going downtown?" He replied, "Oh, I have a suspicion. Why?" Could it be them bodies up under my belt, nigga?
Could it be that?
The Wichita Police and the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and the ATF agents search his home. His vehicle seized evidence including his computer equipment, a pair of black pantyhose. Oh, I mean, he was married. But it's like, nigga, I know them drawers yours. Because they got the pantyhose from out the shed.
His wife.
Listen, the black pantyhose was gathered from his shed.
But those wasn't his wife's panties.
No, because why is his wife panties in the shed unless they, you know what I'm saying, they might have went out there and got down.
No,
so listen,
those is from one of the ladies he killed.
And a container. The church he attended in his office at City Hall and the main branch of Park City Liberty was also searched. So the church and the library was searched. I said the Liberty City. GTA side. Was also searched. Press conferences the next morning. Wichita Police Chief announced the bottom line, the BTK is arrested. So let's go through the legal proceedings. Okay, you ready for the legal proceedings?
Hold up. On February 28th, 2005.
Pause. That date, that's an important date. February 28th. You want to know why? That was the date that shit was found in my leg.
February 28th?
No, that was the day of my surgery.
I don't know when your surgery was.
That was February 28th. Last day of February. Go ahead, February 28th.
Oh, I thought that was a glass
doll. Security!
I don't know why I just thought that was a glass doll. I thought that bitch was about to break. That shit didn't work though. That was a waste of time. On February 28th, 2005, Rader was charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder. First-degree murder. Murder. After his arrest, the Associated Press City had an anonymous source alleging that Rader had confessed to other murders in addition to those with which he had been connected. However,
read it like you talk, baby.
Sagawitch,
some shit. Sagawitch,
County District Attorney denied the story, yet refused to say whether or not Rader had made any confessions, or if interrogators was looking into Rader's possibility involvement in more unsolved killings. On March 5th, news sources claimed to have verified multiple sources that Rader had confessed to the 10 murders he was charged with, but no other but no other ones. So he confessed to basically 10 murders, but all the other murders they trying to put on him, he
See,
not
look,
claiming at all.
He confessed to 10. So he's like, I'm gonna take that smooth bill. Boom. Give me that 100. Give me that 100 years.
Yeah, because if he would have confessed to any more, he already in there. It ain't no coming back. But if he would have confessed to more, it would have been longer.
He confessed to 10. And when those words hit my ears and that shit hit my brain, it's like, oh nigga, you got more bodies than that. Because we've read about him killing 2 different whole families and individual motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. Which that's gonna add up to 10. Mm-hmm. But nigga, who would you hide? You got some more motherfuckers you hide.
Yeah,
and I know you do.
Yeah. Of course. Most killers only claim so many, but they know how many they actually killed. That's just what they do. Okay. On March 1st, Rader bill was set at US $10 million, and a public defender was appointed to represent him. On May 3rd, the judge entered not guilty plea on Rader's behalf, as Rader did not speak at his arraignment. However, on June 27th, the scheduled trial date, Rader changed his plea to guilty. He described the murders in detail and made no apologies.
Because he wanted his recognition. He said, look, no, I did these ones. I'm about to break that shit down to you. That whole the judge said I'm not guilty. No, nigga, give me my flowers. I did this shit. I'm going down in fucking history.
He wanted to be known.
Yeah.
He wanted to be known. At Rader's August 28th sentencing, August 18th, I said 28th, where am I seeing these numbers? At Rader's August 28th sentencing, victims' family made statements, after which Rader apologized in a mumbling 30-minute
rambling 30-minute montage.
Monologue that the prosecutors liked in an Academy Awards accepted speech. He stated has been described as an example of an off-observative premonition among psychopaths. The inability to understand the emotion and context of language. He was sentenced to 10 consecutive life sentences with a maximum of 175 years.
The minimum of 175 years. Kansas had no death penalty.
Had no death penalty at the time of the murders. On August 19th, he moved to the El Dorado Correctional Facility.
Yeah, I skipped that one multiple times just because I didn't want to say where he was at. But
oh shit, my bad. People.
No. People might want to know where he's at.
But that's like, yeah, you don't care about going to jail if you done sat up here and told them every detail to each murder.
At this time,
you don't care.
But at this time, this nigga's in his 60s. So you give me a minimum of 175 years. I can't even do 100 of them bitches. And then with the jail conditions that they in, nigga, you be lucky if you get 5 of these motherfuckers about me.
Right.
So yeah, I go sit down for a minute. These my dying days. I'm about to sit back. I'm about to sit in this jail cell, and I'm about to tell these stories to all these inmates.
Willing to give it all.
I'm about to tell these stories to all these inmates, and these inmates is gonna make sure I got a smooth ride because they want to hear these stories and they know. Oh, I was thrown off. Oh, I'm the BTK killer. I'm famous. It's books. It's movies. It's TV series after me. Nigga, I did this shit. I don't give a fuck if you was part of these people family. Nigga, touch me. I bet you somebody gonna touch you.
Yeah, that type of shit. You leaving shit in parks. You leaving shit in libraries. Yeah. And that's the most places you would never think to find or discover some shit like that.
And then that's the other thing about these serial killers. These motherfuckers have a following that follow him like it's a cult.
Yeah, a lot of people
that follow him like it's a cult.
And so they would be outside the courthouse.
So you got
rooting for them.
It may be people that's locked up in there with you that's telling you stories about the murders that they did based behind
what you did.
I just wanted to mimic you. I wanted to be just like you. Mm-hmm.
Crazy motherfuckers here.
I wanted to be just like you.
All the way down to the
I didn't
costume.
see none of these motherfucking movies and none of this shit. I remember the clippings. My parents kept the clippings because they was scared. They were scared of what you was doing. I wanted that power.
Yeah.
You know, my daddy used to beat the shit.
You put fear in the town.
Yeah, my daddy used to beat the shit out of me. And I wanted to gain my power back. And the only way to do that is to follow your fucking blueprint.
Or kill him. Kill him the way you killed the other girl.
Yeah, all of that shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
He talked about his inconspicuous. Oh, you want to keep going?
No.
Oh, he talked about his inconspicuous topics. He talked about inconspicuous topics such as whether during the 40-minute drive, but my bad, y'all. Yeah.
We in here tricking y'all, and y'all know how that shit is. I think he'd have caught a contact, truthfully, because I never heard him stutter like this since he been drinking. But I think he'd have caught a contact at that. What is called?
Listen, I'm not a good reader.
What is it called?
I'm not a great reader.
Some good ass weed. Some good ass weed. Scotty. It's not Scottie Pippen.
Oh no, that's
it's Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster today, okay?
Yeah,
he probably the car contact y'all.
On his ride up, he began to cry when his victim's family statements from the court proceeded to come in on the radio.
Oh, so he got to hear what they
now
said.
He's in solitary confinement under his protection.
That mean by himself, right?
Mm-hmm. With 1 hour of exercise per day and showers 3 times per week. This is likely continue identifiably beginning in 2006. He was allowed to access the television and radio, read magazines, and other privileges for good behavior. Well, shit, you can't have nothing but good behavior when you sitting there by your goddamn self. I mean, I guess you could harass the fucking COs and shit.
Why do that?
No, yeah, because he probably in there just plotting on another.
Killing him.
Yeah. Like,
he in prison with a whole lot of people that's in here for murder. I'm pretty sure he not going to give a fuck about killing one of them.
Man.
I'm pretty sure if he just walking up to random motherfuckers killing them, you think he going to have a problem with killing somebody in prison? Not at all. That's easy cake for him. He don't even got to stalk him, nigga. He know the routine every day. We all do this shit every day. So it's no need for me to stalk you now. It's no need for me to come up with how I'm going to kill you and how I'm going to clean it up. Because, nigga, we already here. They going to clean you up.
So, look, we're going
to... What the fuck?
Now, we're going to give a victim's recap, right? First name basis only, ages only, and sex. So, we got Joseph, Julia, and Joseph Jr., and Josephine. Male, female, 39, 33, 9, and 11. He said, fuck them kids.
He didn't. He
we got none. Catherine, Shirley, Nancy, Marie, Vicky, and Dolores. All females. 21, 24, 25, 53, 28, 62.
That's 62. He probably took his time with her because she older. The other ones he had to like act fast.
So Joseph, Julie, Joseph Jr., and Josephine was all January 15th, 1974. Catherine was April 4th, 1974. Shirley was March 17th, 1977. Nancy was December 8th, 1977.
So not to cut you off, it seemed like he took a break in between, like some months in between. Not the year, but he took some months.
He took 3 years off. After he got rid of the first four. After he knocked off them first 4, he took 3 years off.
And then he came back in 77.
Knocked off 2 more.
In 77.
And then he took another 8 years off.
It came back in 85.
Well, let's get their names out of respect.
Okay.
Marine, I've been saying her name wrong the whole time.
Marie.
April 27th, 1985. Vicky, September 16th, 1986. Then Dolores, January 19th, 1991.
So he took a break in between each one.
In between those three, he took that first one. He took a good 9 years.
Okay, people, we're not gonna do the addresses, but I'm gonna do the what he did to them.
Cause of death.
Cause of death for Joseph was suffocation. Cause of death for Julia was strangled. Cause of death for Joseph Jr. was suffocation. Josephine was hung. Catherine was stabbed 3 times in the abdomen. Shirley, she was strangled. Nancy, she was strangled. Maureen was strangled. Vicky, she was strangled. And also Dolores was strangled.
Okay, wait. I want to do the weapons used.
Okay.
So Joseph, which was suffocated, was a plastic bag. Julie, which was strangled, was a rope. Joseph Jr. was a plastic bag. Josephine was a rope. Catherine was a knife. Sherlyn was a rope. Nancy was a belt. Maureen, which was strangled, was his hands. Vicky was a nylon stocking. And Dolores was some pantyhose. He said, bitch, this your ass.
Easy access.
This your ass.
That's what most killers use. Stuff that's easy access.
Whew.
Stuff that's there. Stuff that it's not going to be hard to use. Pantyhose, you got to be fucking strong-handed to kill somebody with a pantyhose. Because pantyhose is they thin, but they rarely durable.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's like you really got to have a lot of strength.
I was about to say, you ain't never had no way to smell like your mama's booty?
Boy, you really got to have strength to make sure that don't break and to choke the person with it. Like, you got to really know what you're doing. And then for you to do plastic bags, that's just... You wanted it seemed like all his victims, he wanted them to feel the torture. He didn't want them to die instantly.
Now, these are the things that you can go either read or look up that, came from his murders. Stephen King has said his novel, A Good Marriage, and the film based on it was inspired by the BTK killer. Mm. Novelist Thomas Harris has said that his character of Francis, I don't know how to say that last name, in his 1981 novel Red Dragon was partially based on a BTK killer. Episode 15, Season 1 of 2006, Criminal Minds, ain't that what you used to watch? Mm-hmm. Was based off his murders. He also, a character based on him, also appeared in the Netflix series Mindhunter. Kane Hodder portrayed him in the 2008 movie BTK. The film, a half biopic, half fictionalized account for the murders. I'm gonna have to go watch some of those. I'm gonna have to go watch some. I'm gonna check that out. Also see I Survived BTK. List of serial killers in the United States. List of serial killers by the number of victims. And shit. Happy Halloween. That's the BTK killer for y'all, man.
Thank y'all for listening to this story.
No. Come on,
we're gonna continue. But I still want to say thank y'all for taking the time out to listening to this story. We just wanted to bring you guys something different. And plus it's Halloween, so we want it to be spooky.
Oh, we did a terrible job of trying to be spooky. We should have proofread it before we did it. So it could have flowed better, but shit, it don't matter. You want to
spooky.
It's this motherfucker whispering and shit. So you want to kick them off with like just 10 minutes of bullshit, or you want to end it here? We
people,
we didn't hit an hour.
I came back on the show. I'm gonna be more frequent on the show. If y'all don't know who I am,
damn near all the episodes. What are you talking about?
I am the woman that go under.
You looking at the screen? The camera is over there, baby.
I'm the bitch that's behind the motherfucking milk show. So, welcome to the motherfucking milk show, giving y'all bitches y'all daily calcium. As usual, I am that boy here to help the next door. And if you didn't know, then now you know. And today I feel like y'all just got milked, okay? We gave y'all a good story. We gave you the rundown of everything that this man did in his prospering life.
Is that what you want to call it?
Yeah, because he's shit.
If killing was a glow, he did have his glow up.
He did his shit, for real. He ain't give a fuck.
We is going to close this off. So look, I just wanted to say, you know, this was a test run. We're going to start implementing more of these serial killer stories into episodes, man. So make sure y'all tune in for, what do they call it? What is that genre? Not cold cases, but
mystery cases. It could be called cold cases because this was a cold case because he already got caught. No, it wasn't a cold
case because
cold case means it don't get solved. Yeah. Yes, but it's just
y'all know what I'm trying to say. But you know what I'm saying. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in.
So you wanna talk? So let's.
Y'all gonna see some more of these.
So you wanna talk? So let's.
We're gonna definitely get some more of them going. Hey.
So you wanna talk?
I hope you're enjoying the background music, and we're gonna holler at y'all.
So you wanna talk? So let's talk.